For example, people might not even write the right spelling of Photoshop. They will only write PHOTSHOP. But he is still searching for an institute. How do you capture that audience? Is where Kenny and me will help you. So that is not your headache. All you have to do is, you have to give us a business goal. The execution piece is either Kenny's job or my job. So you need not even worry. Unless you plan to do it yourself. Then you have to get advert trained.
No, I came here generally to have my knowledge because the company has sent me to do digital marketing basically. So in that case, I just want to know better, for example, as we take the 3D animation as well as the 2D animation case. The people whoever searches can be able to find out which keyword maximum people are searching for. That is my question.
No, you can't search that. No, you can't search that. Because then that will fizzle down everything. Then every advertiser, for example, if I am Colgate, I will go to Google and say, how many people are searching Pepsodent? How many people are searching Colgate? How many people are searching Close-Up? And I'll kill their business. So again, the queries are so dynamic. For example, if somebody's, again I'll reiterate, I'm going to waste a lot of time on this. Somebody who's looking for training institute will never, it's not that they will only look for 3D animation courses. They will look for 100 other combinations which you can't even think of. For example, somebody is looking at engineering college admission, will probably search how do I become data center administrator, and probably you have to showcase him your college ad saying get trained on IT technology and become an IT data center administrator.
The robotics is a more relevant. I've seen a lot of keywords around robotics.
Yes, exactly. So the search pattern today has changed. People even search, so out of question, people even go to Google, and this is one of the queries. The lady I saw in the train today wearing a pink dress. There is no relevance, but people do that. People go to Google and make all possible permutation, combination Google. So the list is endless. Just to give you a quick number.
Google gives you an answer also.
Yes, and Google gives you an answer as well. That's the beauty of it. Right or wrong, but Google gives you an opportunity.
Can I share just a bit of a curiosity?
Please.
Because my NGO Expressions India, 4-5 years we are very active and we have not had any website or anything. At the time of having an MOU signed with Young Indians, so I was trying hard to make my profile. And just by curiosity, when I wrote my text, the whole profile was visible. This is a very, it was a very pleasant surprise.
Which profile is this?
Expressions India Society. That's the name of my NGO.
Okay.
And the profile was so perfect. It is as though somebody very personally known has, it's already there. All in a very. So I was wondering, how could that happen? Probably my news, everything, all my activities has been on the newspapers. So maybe it has happened.
What all information is there?
My whole profile is there.
Your credit card number also?
No, I didn't check that. That may not be because I don't use it that extensively.
So see, today's, again, I know your question.
The key person and the chairperson, everything, whatever, even which I had not even noticed, it is all.
So two things to this. One is, now you know for the fact that people know, Google knows the TG so well, right? So tomorrow if you want to advertise to students, you know that you will reach the right audience. That's one.
Okay, but then there's a safety point also because you're so public.
And see, so again, if you, for example, your smartphone, if you logged in on your Gmail, if you logged in on your Play Store, if you registered on Times of India app or whatever, right? There are certain policies which you, while installing, just accept. Nobody reads that 20-pager policy page. Say, yaar, kya hoga? Probably one of the pointers there says, so this is again nothing to do with Google because it's app specific, but if you are curious where it happened, probably you need to dig deeper into through which medium.
That is perfectly alright. I'm so happy about it. But then getting the other side of the picture. I mean, your personal, like you're being followed thoroughly, like.
It will not happen unless and until you have either registered or allowed.
No, one thing has been happening, like newspapers has been carrying all my activities, so probably.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't have a reason to be worried about it.
Okay. Great. Coming to Google Display Network, did you cover Google Display Network? Partially, no, right? So, making it very, very simple. When you advertise on newspaper, you take a portion of it, advertise, right? It's a banner inventory which you post there. Google Display Network is also a banner inventory across more than 70,000 websites. Okay. It's a collection of inventories across different websites where you can showcase your ad. Okay. Now, the beauty of Google Display Network is again the kind of segmentation we have done with inventory. For example, if I have 70,000 websites, 50,000 blogs, 20,000 other websites, articles, so on and so forth. I have, for example, 1 lakh websites overall. And I want to showcase about college, right? Now, is crickbuzz.com the right platform for me to show my banner ad for college? That's a question. So, okay. Educationtimes.com, is that right inventory for me to show my ad? Okay. Financialtimes.com, is that right TG? Maybe, maybe not. Right? Manorama Manoranjan, is that right TG for me? Could be not. Right? OLX.com, is that the right inventory? Now, the reason I'm asking this question is that Google actually gives you the flexibility to choose what category of websites you want to showcase your ad to. And they have segregated the categories into different affinities. For example, you choose so when you're doing a Google Display Network campaign, which is a banner campaign, you can very specifically ask the advertiser or agency or any whosoever or in Google to advertise on specific websites which are either news related, sports related, entertainment related, music related, food related, technology related, and only on the basis of the content you want to propose. For example, somebody who sells atta, chawal, dal, tel will only advertise on recipe related websites because that makes more relevance to him. Right? That doesn't happen on a Times of India or an Indian Express or a hard copy of a newspaper. Right? The ad might have your college ad and immediately it will have Flipkart or Amazon, which at times might even fizzle down the intent of what you're trying to propose. Your ad could be very, very relevant, but just because you have a half-pager ad and Amazon has the entire rest of the inventory, your ad at times might not even get visible. Right? So, categorization of your banner inventory is again a very, very good flexibility which Google Display Network gives you. This slide basically talks about that anybody who's on internet today spends only 21% time searching for data, and the remaining 79% time is spent either on websites, mobile, YouTube, Gmail, so on and so forth. Which means that out of the 350 times you're unlocking your phone, 80% of that time, or for example 300 times, 240 times you're doing only because you want to either access a website or you're on mobile or you're on YouTube or you're on WhatsApp. So the opportunity of search versus showcasing data is what we have to segregate. And Google Display Network is again a brilliant platform for you to create that kind of an impact. Any questions on this? There's a quick video that talks about GDN. A 1 minute video.
This is you. You're a business owner. This is your website. These are your customers. These are all the people who aren't your customers. Yet, this is how you can connect with all those future customers. The Google Display Network. This is where you get started.
So it talks very straight that your camera ad will only will get showcased on photography related websites, which makes your ad more relevant. So for you sitting here, the audience is very similar. All your ads related to education will only go to education related websites. If that is your TG, if you want to be a little open in terms of mindset, for example, somebody at maybe a parent level who's reading Times of India, Indian Express, Dainik Jagran, or Malayalam Anurva, or any South website. We have inventory across 70,000 websites which almost cover everything except Facebook. So we can showcase your ad on almost each and every property. In fact, IRCTC is an exclusive property with us. It is only with Google, nobody else. So if you want to advertise on IRCTC, you have to reach out to me. I can help you get advertised on IRCTC website. IRCTC.
So very big.
Yeah, right. Right, this is a quick snapshot. It reaches about 90% of the people who are on internet. What else you need, right? Google Display Network reaches about 90% of the total audience on internet. Accesses 80% of the top 1,000 websites in India, which covers more or less the websites which you want to choose. Right? It shows 50,000 sites, but it has grown to 80,000 now. You know, a snapshot you can see on at the volume versus niche chart. You can actually pick and choose. Most of it would make relevance to you, but something like shadi.com or indiamart.com you can skip. So you can pick and choose the websites where you want to advertise. Not specifically with domain, but very specifically with category. So you can say education related, news related, and all your banners will start reflecting that. I just onboarded income tax. So income tax is doing a campaign called income declaration scheme, right? That is extended till 30th of September. So we met them, again very traditional advertiser. All they do is airport advertising, banners, hoardings, newspaper and radio. So I met them about 3.5 months back because I knew that they are in that process. They said, I don't think so Google can add any value to it. I said, fine. 1.5 months later they gave me a call. He said, Vishal, my chairman is here, my MD is here. If you can showcase and represent something in 20 minutes, telling him that what value Google can add, we are okay to even evaluate you. I went to them, I showcased them a proposal which says Google will help you reach out to people who are searching for luxury flights, luxury hotels, trip to Thailand, trip to New Zealand, where to buy a Rolex watch.
You're getting the wrong route.
Show ad only to relevant people.
Spoil the mood.
How to evade taxes? That's a big keyword.
Actually, not only look for how to file income tax for.
How to file income tax is the basic, but
Yeah.
since it was more of turning black into white campaign, they wanted all negative aspects of people. For example, somebody who's sitting in Pune searching for a Rolex watch is absolutely impossible. Or for example, somebody sitting in Amravati searching for a trip to New Zealand looks a little fishy. So they want to capture that audience, or that too on YouTube. Saying every time he opens YouTube, we'll see the first ad saying declare your black money today. And I'll not be covering GSP. There's something called as Google sponsorship program, which is an email campaign, right? Which basically hits the promotions tab on your Gmail. So everybody has got Gmail ID, right? If you go to your Gmail account, there's a different tab for email. There is a different tab for promotions, right? So in your promotions tab, the top 2-3 emails are Google ads always. What you can do is you can give me a domain name saying anybody who's got an email in their inbox from amity.com, for example, should see my ad. And we can target people on the basis of the kind of emails they get in their inbox. So anybody who's got an email from say australia.au or rolex.com, or for example, if I suspect somebody to be somebody who should be declaring income, I can hit his inbox saying declare your income. And email generally people get into that mode, okay, that I don't know why I'm getting this email. If I get that, I'll skip that, right? I'll say, okay, I don't know, might be galti se aa gaya hoga. But somebody who's in that zone, in that grey zone, if he gets that email, he will definitely think that how come income tax has sent me an email? There must be something. So your targeting becomes even more effective.
But on this side, it includes into the, privacy also.
It doesn't read the email, that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay.
It only reads the
Only
domain.
identifies it.
Only the domain.
But what about matrimonial ads?
Sorry?
Matrimonial ads.
Matrimonial ads.
If
Websites.
the Indian IT man wants to marry a West Indian lady, where to advertise?
Sorry, I didn't get your question, sir.
What about matrimonial advertisements?
You want to advertise for matrimony?
Matrimonial, Indian IT man wants to marry a West Indian.
I'm sorry, I'm not really. If you can help.
മാട്രിമോണിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ആഡ് കൊടുക്കാനാണോ സർ അതോ ഏജൻസി
അതെ matrimonial.
മാട്രിമോണി ഏജൻസി സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണോ
അല്ല ആഡ് കൊടുത്താൽ
ആഡ് കൊടുക്കാനോ ഐ തിങ്ക് ഹി ഈസ് മീനിങ് ടു ആസ്ക് ലൈക്ക് ഹൗ ടു അഡ്വർടൈസ് ഫോർ മാട്രിമോണി ലൈക്ക് സോ മെനി സൈറ്റ്സ് ആർ ദേർ മാട്രിമോണി സൈറ്റ്സ് സോ ഹൗ ടു അഡ്വർടൈസ് ഓൺ ദാറ്റ് അങ്ങനെയാണോ സർ മാട്രിമോണി സൈറ്റിൽ അഡ്വർടൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണോ
ഒരു Indian IT man wants to marry a West Indian.
I think he's
Okay,
asking
okay,
about
and I
keywords.
see,
He's asking about
specific.
the keywords for matrimonial search.
What do the search basically?
Yes.
No, I think his question is more on the lighter side. If there is an advertisement in the matrimony ad saying that a person wants to marry a rich Indian girl, would the IT guy come into it?
No,
Is
I
that
mean,
a question?
I mean that absolutely organization discretion.
No, I mean, from the
Lighter.
keywords, whether you would get onto it.
So again, and that is where income tax team helped me that what kind of searches would make relevance for them.
When did you close the business, sir?
It's already live.
Oh, it's great.
It's already live. I think Kenny covered the impressions, engagement and action. I will not spend a lot of time here. YouTube, do we need to cover YouTube or we can go to education directly?
Is it possible to download things from YouTube, like which may be useful to us? Is it possible to get download from YouTube?
So there's something called as YouTube
I think
download.
you can try it, cover the YouTube.
Sorry?
I think you can cover the YouTube.
Yeah, I think we are a little short of time and then,
Even I would like to because I'm utilizing it right now.
sorry?
We are utilizing
YouTube, you want me to
it,
cover YouTube?
We would like to.
I think
Very
because videos are the next thing.
Sure, so I'll just cover one of the traditional campaigns, very, very specific.
yeah, social.
कितने खूबसूरत है तुम्हारे बाल कैसे बनाए रखती हो डाबर आंवला केश तेल
Dabur started way back in 1884. Our legacy is Ayurveda. This is a almost 5,000-year-old tradition. We wanted to make Dabur a young, vibrant, and a socially conscious organization. One of the things that we have been learning with Google is the way consumers consume digital, especially the modern women of today, how they are consuming digital. And what we realize is that digital is a space where it's not about selling a concept or a product. It's about storytelling. It's about a two-way conversation. That's where the idea of brave and beautiful came from. What we realize is that beauty is not always what you see outside, but a lot of it is what is inside. We wanted to tell a compelling story to these modern women about a cancer survivor who, in spite of losing hair or beauty and having lots of aspiration, we wanted to tell her, you have fought cancer, you are brave inside, and that's what makes you beautiful. It's a 4-minute campaign and actually made us learn a lot that if the content is good, it doesn't matter how long or how short it is. When we finally made the video and uploaded it on Friday, we just put it up on YouTube and some other social media channels. And by Monday morning, it had gone viral. We had got around 3 million views already. People were talking about it, sharing it made me cry. It was an amazing experience. I mean, we couldn't believe it. And this is not advertising. This just takes the consumer engagement to a different level altogether. We did a brand lift survey with YouTube and we found that there was an 11% increase in brand awareness of Vatica. We got 245% increase in ad recall. For 30-40 years, we
So this gives you a quick sense of the way people are changing their thought process with respect to advertising, right? Very very rigid people. I work with them. Even today, if you go to their office, it's very very traditional. The way they operate, the way they execute things, the way they talk about their channel management, the way they talk about their product, very very associated. But the way they talk about digital today has changed, right? For them, initially digital was one of the mediums, that's all. Today, for them, digital is the only medium and the rest of the things surround. So now when they make a video, they make the video for YouTube and then they decide if they have to amplify it on TV. I don't know how many of you know on TV when you buy a spot, I think ma'am you would know this, right? When you buy a spot, it has to be a 10-second spot to start
Yes,
with,
starts from 10 seconds.
right? And then they keep pushing you to reduce that duration, curtail that ad, and then the competitors come in. And if your bid is the least, then you even get out of the queue, and the top person who bids for that slot get the impression. On YouTube, it doesn't happen. So on YouTube, you can actually block an inventory, saying that okay, I want to show my ad only to students of this age who are searching for colleges in India, or who are searching for trainings, who are searching, in fact, just to add an abrupt, I'm sorry for that. On YouTube, one of the highest category which is searched is called how-to videos. YouTube is one of the largest platform on how-to videos. For example, I will be on YouTube searching for how to repair a fan, how to clean a microwave, how to make a hoverboard myself, how to clean a camera lens, right? All these are, I'm just giving you examples. And ma'am, just to answer the question, how do you educate people on what you have to offer? No other platform than YouTube is your platform. And Google has come up with a technology where you need not even go to large scale agencies to shoot videos. There is something called there's a new app which has launched, which helps you create videos yourself.
On mobile phones.
So there is an app which you have to download on mobile. You can keep the mobile stable, shoot a video. For example, you can shoot your video saying, if you want to be a skilled electrician, come to us, we'll train you for 3 months and then you'll be placed in RR Kabel or any of the electricity related organization as a whatever post. You need not even go to an agency to shoot that video, and you can put that on YouTube and you can promote that video only to people you believe is the right audience.
We're working on it right now.
Okay.
I've hired a person who's just 1 week
Okay.
working on that. In fact, the first shooting is on this Sunday.
Oh, okay. Who's making that video?
It's only like he happened to be a student of my class.
Oh, okay.
An amateur whose his passion is to work on digital media. In fact, I invited him here, but he had some domestic issue. He couldn't come.
That's okay. In fact, one of the examples. So today, the quality of the video doesn't matter. It has to connect with the audience.
Idea has to be.
Idea has to be. In fact, the next video if I show you, I don't know if I have that. I don't know how many of you are aware, but I'll still run this.
And I've always wondered like how certain things get viral, like too much of too many viewings. How does it get from somewhere? There has to be some initiative.
Perhaps one of the first non-television digital campaigns.
Using about 100 recipes can turn it into a 2 to 3 minute film.
इसमें से आप किड्स को आप डालेंगे स्टोरी लास्ट में, फिर डालेंगे थोड़े कॉन्टे, फिर डालेंगे एक और लेयर करेंगे, और उसे टॉपिंग देंगे फ्रेश कट फ्रूट्स की, और फाइनली ये डालते हुए नहीं गाने. Strategy for a campaign of this kind, and all have delivered several videos that we know.
We said we are going to be releasing a set of 10 videos every week, and we did this for 10 weeks. We picked up one video.
The audio quality is pretty bad, but I'll just give you a summary. They shot few videos themselves. It's a recipe video, and what they wanted to do is create a disruption in the market, saying anybody who's searching for breakfast should only be using Kellogg's as one of their products. It can be into different forms of recipes. For example, you can use it so they made some 1,000 recipes maybe, and to create the interest around the category, they shot that video in a very, very candid fashion, calling it as Gupta Ji Ki family. Now the idea here is that when you're crafting an idea for a particular message, you can use different mediums, different thoughts, different content to create amplification. And coming back to your question again, how do you create, how do you make a video viral, right? Any video, any app, any promotion, initial level of publicity needs to be, either the content has to be like maybe a video, a movie like Kabali where we know it's Rajnikant, right? Or it has to be promoted initially Google to give you a thrust and probably take it to a level. After that you can stop the promotion, and since you have reached that benchmark, the organic visibility of that video will create. For example, if you have seen the recent attack in Jammu and Kashmir, there is a soldier who has created a video saying that Kashmir to rahega lekin Pakistan hi rahega, right? That video is viral all over the WhatsApp because the content is so high impact and with the theme that people are actually clicking the video and seeing it. So it gives me two things. One is, if you're not really falling in the scheme of things with respect to the current affair which is happening. For example, so I'll show you on Google Trends as well. If there is a recent thing which has happened, for example, Kasab, right? Suppose there is an event which has happened in Mumbai and it's a terrorist called Kasab. Now people immediately go to Google and start searching for who Kasab. The trend for Kasab immediately start creeping up. Or for example, if Virat Kohli hits 100, immediately people start searching for Virat Kohli. Today if I go to Google, people are searching about Mahendra Singh Dhoni more than Narendra Modi, because there is a movie likely to come on 30th of September. So the trend of any particular search is partially dependent on what phase we are in. And that is why if your videos are